Hello and welcome to a new episode of Geek Lunch Meat. I'm your host Chris, as usual, and in this episode I thought we would take a look at the board game Alien: Fate of the Nostromo. Now, to be entirely honest with you, I thought I made this video absolutely ages ago. I played this game not too long ago with some friends of mine, and it's a really good game, really enjoyed it, and I thought, oh, I'll go back and have a look at the video I made. Scrolled down through all the videos and realised, no, I never actually made it. I obviously intended to and never got round to it. So anyway, here is the video now. If you like the video, don't forget, hit the thumbs up, helps us out a great deal, gets the video seen by a lot more people. And if you've not already subscribed, well, smash that subscribe button. We'd absolutely love to have you as a subscriber at the channel. So let's get ready to avoid the xenomorph, hunt down Jonesy, and see what else is going on in Alien: Fate of the Nostromo. So here we have Alien: Fate of Nostromo by Ravensberger Games. Just got the classic poster art on the front with the iconic "In space, no one can hear you scream." And if we turn it over, we can see what's in the box. So it's got a picture of the board, some of the cards, and the minis that come with it. So you get Brett, Dallas, Ripley, Lambert, Parker, and the alien itself. You don't get Ash. Ash comes as a sort of separate cardboard figure there, which is an option. So I'll have a look at that when we look at the rules. He's like an optional character you can add in that makes, as it says, for a more challenging game. So for a game that only costs £20, the actual minis you get are of a really nice quality. No, they're not up there with some of the sort of Games Workshop, some of the really high quality minis, but they do a really nice job. Yeah, the plastic's a little bit soft, but the sculpts are really nice. Once you've painted them, they do a really nice job of representing, the characters as seen in the film. Now, unfortunately, because of when the game is set, you don't get Kane. He's already been well and truly chest burst at this point. And as I said, Ash just comes as a little optional cardboard figure. So from my point of view, purely as someone who enjoys painting these minis, I would love to have had a full set of the entire crew, but unfortunately, so you don't get Kane and Ash. But the crew you do get, they're sculpted really nicely, and they paint up quite well. As I said, the game is set when the alien is already loose in the Nostromo. So it says, an alien stalks the corridors of the commercial starship Nostromo, hunting you and your crewmates. Work together to move through the ship, gather supplies, and craft items to survive. Proceed carefully. The alien could be just around the corner, and remember, in space, no one can hear you scream. So it's a cooperative game, which I really enjoy. Yes, I like games where it's you against everyone else, but I do enjoy the cooperative games when you're working towards a common goal. And it says down here, ages 10 plus, crew members 1 to 5, so 1 to 5 players, and time 45 to 60 minutes. So it's not a game that drags on, which is great. Obviously, again, I do enjoy the really in-depth games that you get stuck into, and it takes 7-8 hours, an entire evening of play. But with this, it might take you slightly longer than an hour the first time you run through it. But once you're used to all the rules, you can easily knock a game of this out in an hour, which is great. So let's get the box open and see what's all inside. Now, going back to what I said at the beginning of the video, this is the really spooky part, because I swear I can remember filming and removing the lid, and you've got this great bit of artwork of Jonesy here. But obviously, that was obviously something I planned to do in my head and never actually got around to. But this shows Ravensberger. If you've seen my Jaws video, or if you've played the Jaws game as well, you'll know what a fantastic job they do with the design and artwork. There's no real reason to have a picture of Jonesy hissing at the alien on the back of the board, but it's such a nice touch, and very similar to the Jaws game in its design. Ravensberger did a really nice job. We'll have a closer look at the board in a minute. We'll just see what else comes in the box as well. So obviously you've got your rules, and it's nice and thin. It's not a massively complicated game. Just tells you what components are in the box and a picture of them all, and then a quick run through of how to set the game up, and then how to play, going through the various different turns. And it's only about sort of 5 or 6 pages, just going through what all the different tokens mean. And then, like I said before, these are the optional rules to add in Ash, which makes the game a lot harder. I wouldn't recommend starting off using Ash, but it's nice that there's an option, once you've got used to playing the game and you've played a few of the missions, that you can add Ash in if you want to, just to increase the difficulty. And what would a good board game be without a load of different tokens? These represent all the different pieces of salvage and equipment that you can pick up during the game that you'll need to complete all your objectives and stop the alien and actually win the game. Then this, if you remember, this is like the self-destruct mechanism that Ripley enables at the end of the film. And this comes into play on various missions, and it's something you'll need to do in order to meet all the objectives. So these are the mission cards for the 5 different missions. As you can see, we've got Escape on the Narcissus, where you will need to get off to the lifeboat. We're going to blow up the ship. You have my sympathies. That is one that you use if you're using Ash in the game. Cut off every bulkhead and every vent and blow it out into space, just like Ripley does at the end of the film. And the cards, they've got the setup, and then they tell you your first objective and your second objective, and what you need to do in order to actually win the game. Then we've got your character cards, and obviously we start off with Ripley again. Really nice artwork. You've got what Ripley's special abilities are: spend an action to move another crew member 1 space, and you've got these item slots for the various different items that you pick up during the game, and it obviously tells you your number of actions here. So you've got Ripley. These are printed on a nice thick card. Sort of got the Nostromo and the Weyland-Yutani logos on the back. And again, there we go. Dallas, nice rendering of Tom Skerritt, Brett, Parker, and of course, lastly, Lambert. Yeah, as I say, lovely artwork on all of these. Ravensberger have done another really good design job. So then the remaining cards that come with the game, you've got these encounter cards, which obviously they've got various different things that when you turn them over tell you obviously order 937 crew expendable, active crew member loses all scrap tokens. You collect scrap as you go around the game, and you'll need it to complete various objectives. Shuffle or order 937 encounter cards back into the encounter deck. If you're using Ash, no crew member is within moving 2 spaces. So there's lots of different things. And say again, really nice artwork on all of these. And then you've got objective cards. So encounter the nest. The task is to bring an incinerator to the nest. So there's several objectives that you'll need to complete in order to win the game. And you've got things like here, what's the damage task? All crew members in workshop. So you've got to get all the crew members to the workshop space on the board. And then, like most games, you've just got these handy cards that just give obviously like a little summary of the rules and tell you, you can use 1 action to move 1 space, to pick up or drop an item, to use or craft an item, or to trade an item. And then the special rules on the back for motion detectors, incinerators, etc. All the stuff that you can pick up during the game. Then you've just got 2 little plastic standees. One is for if you're using Ash and you put his card in one, and the other one is a morale marker that you use on the board to track the morale. So we'll look at that in a second. And then just finally the box is done out with artwork to make it look like the room where Mother, the onboard computer of the Nostromo is. So very similar to something they did with the Jaws game, and just another nice little design touch from Ravensberger. So finally, let's take a look at the board where you're actually going to be playing the game. Just wanted to show you the back of the board again with the lovely artwork of Jonesy, and now we can see there's more of one of the corridors in the Nostromo and the alien itself in the background there. As I say, no reason to put that on the back of the board at all, but yeah, really nice touch, really appreciated. So the board itself is not huge, it's probably about 45 centimeters square, so it doesn't take up a lot of real estate on your table, so you don't need a huge gaming space. And as I said before, the games only take about an hour to complete, so there's not a huge amount of the ship that you have to move around in. So it's split into 2 levels. You've got the main deck up here, the sub deck down here, which you traverse between the 2 via the stairwells, and you've got all the main parts of the ship: the bridge, say the room with Mother, the galley, the med bay. You can see the hypersleep chambers up here, the airlock, and then down below you've got the garage and the alien nest down here in the corner. Over here is the crew morale track, which will start off at the beginning if you've got 4 to 5 crew members playing, or you start further down if you've got 1 to 3 crew members playing. If I just move the board up, you can see basically when you get to the bottom, the crew has lost. So you've got to complete all of your objectives and win the game before you get to this point. Basically, you move around on Nostromo, picking up items and trying to complete your objectives and get to the final objective to win the game before the alien, which starts off in its nest, and on its turn it moves towards the closest player and will attack them. Also, when you set up, you put tokens in rooms, and when you go into that room, you turn the token over, and it might just be Jonesy, it might be nothing, or the alien might rear its ugly head as it comes out of a vent or something, and will do everything it can to prevent you from completing your objectives. But yeah, so that is the main gist of Alien Fate of Nostromo. As I say, a really good game. You can pick it up for 20 quid. It's worth it just for the minis. Say they paint up really nice. And on top of that, it's a really fun game to play. It's really nicely designed. And as I say, it doesn't take long to play, so you can easily get a couple of missions in, during a gaming session. So Alien Fate of Nostromo definitely gets a big Geek Lunch Meat thumbs up. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Take care. Till next time, eat geek and be merry.